Yogi, wherever you feel like you want to pitch in, just pitch in.
Sure.
Yogi, wherever you feel like you want to pitch in, just pitch in.
Sure.
The voice is echoing.
Is it
I
visible
heard
live or
that.
what?
I heard that also.
And now it's not there. It was the
Now
first
it's
time.
okay. Yeah.
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 Rakesh, are we live on YouTube?
Yes, ma'am. We are live now. We are good to go.
Good to
Yeah,
go.
we are good to go.
Yes.
Hello, everyone. My name is Dayal. I am from Fateh, Hyderabad, and most of you might know me from the previous couple of years where I've worked with some of the Iris schools. And most of you might know Fateh Hyderabad as the premium club of Hyderabad, which has been, participating in I League for the past 6 years. This presentation is about the newest venture that we have started, which is coachguru.academy, and this is the online sports education for preschools, both for the students as well as from the teachers. So guys who are watching, just if you have any question, please shoot it to Radhika ma'am, and they'll just ask us and we can answer them at the end of the video. So I'm going to start with my presentation. So what are the problems that a preschool usually faces with the PE classes? What are the challenges that the preschools are facing currently, as well as on a monthly, daily, or a yearly basis when the normal classes are going on? First thing first is restricted access. Now, most of the time, what happens when a school hires a outsourced teacher, they come once a week or maximum twice a week. Uh, this this access towards students is restricted because of this reason. Many a times, there are sessions that are missed due to various reasons. There is a holiday, there is a bandh, or the coach is sick. Suddenly, those two session becomes one, or there is one session becomes zero. So the access to students towards PE classes becomes very restricted, right? The next problem that the school faces are underqualified coaches. Now, most of the coaches who are coming in the PE sector of the preschool are qualified, but not exactly, they don't know exactly what to do with the students, what is the how to make a lesson plan, how to deliver a session effectively that the students can understand and perform at the level. So this creates a problem, a situation for the students as well as the teachers to how to get the right person on board with us who can make the students understand with the PE education. Third issue is the operational issues. There's a lot of operational issues that a school faces. First of all, is there's a lot of coordination that is required. So the school management or the SPOC who has to coordinate with the coach when they have to come, what time they have to come, what is the lesson plan they are doing, okay, what are the timings that they are going to follow, right? Uh, Another issue that comes up is if there are frequent changes in coaches. Suddenly the coach, he finds a better job, he will quit, he will leave. Now the school faces a situation, the children who have settled down during this period, they will see another coach or a new coach, and they'll have another time for another couple of weeks or a couple of months to settle down with the new coaches, right? And this is another problem, like session which are missed by the trainers. They are hard to cover. Suppose during the October month, there are a lot of holidays due to Navratri and various festivals, Dashera, Diwali. Now, usually, last time when we are working with some of the Irish schools, we have seen that we miss continuously for 2 3 weeks. Now, these sessions were not being able to be covered later on. So, what happens? The curriculum that was built is now not being followed, right? So, these are some of the operational issues that arise when a person is going to teach a PE session in the school, or the school hires a third person as a coach, right? Fourth, low revenue. Low revenue, I'm saying because there is little income. Actually, there is no revenue from the PE teachers in the true sense. A PE teacher who comes, usually we have to pay them a good salary, I will say. We'll see in the following slides what are the salaries that we are paying to the coaches or the fees to the coaches. But there is no income source that are there from the coaches. During the in-school hours, the parents are usually not charged. This is an initiative taken by the school. So no charges are being charged to the students. So basically the money comes out from the school's kitty. In the after schools, usually in preschools, due to lack of space, uh, the coaches, they take their own fees and they give training to kids or some elder kids in the restricted space. Still we have seen a trend that not many students are coming, so there is no or very low income coming from the after school as well. Apart from that, during the time during the summer camps or winter camps which some school follows, they usually face this they find summer camps also not very fruitful in terms of income. The coaches who are coming from outside to deliver fun activities, physical activities, they charge their own amount, 1,500, 2,000, and the school can at max charge 2,500, 3,000 to a student. So most of the income usually goes to the coach. So there is no source of revenue from these coaches. Then the biggest problem that the schools usually face are the coaches availability in terms of gender, female or male. I have seen in my past that many schools, they say that we want a female coach. But in India, it's an unfortunate situation that not many female coaches are present in the preschool segment. And few of them who are also present, they usually go for a higher school or a primary school or a proper sports institution. So this question that I want a female coach to come over here, many parents also complain that they are small students, they are small children. We don't want outside people coming in and delivering, outside male person coming in and delivering session in the school. We don't like it. So most of the schools, even if they like the coach, he is delivering good, just because of the gender issue, they are not able to do it. So biggest problem of the female versus male coaches. Now, the quality of service. Now, this quality of service and high cost are interlinked. The more you pay to the coach, the better quality of service you will get. Not that too, not guaranteed. Now, if I say if a coach is coming and if he's charging like 10,000, 12,000 rupees a month, yes, he might be good. But because there is lack of progress in this segment, preschool, they usually feel after a couple of months, maybe a year, they start slowing down. They want a new or exciting sector to work in. So the quality of service is always, not always, but many times compromised. So this leads to a problem with the school if they take a person on a lower side of the fees. He will come, maybe he's not wearing a proper t-shirt, he doesn't know how to talk to the kids, maybe he's not able to engage the kids, maybe he's not able to speak to the management or the parents, describing them what they are doing, how they are doing it, and what are the outcomes. So these kind of problems persist with the preschool segment, uh, especially with the PE sector. Now we'll move on to the current challenges. What are the current challenges this preschools are facing?
Dayal,
Yeah, Yogi.
May I just add something for
Yeah,
everybody who's listening?
sure.
Uh, uh, as you all know, I've been serving many play schools throughout the country for nearly 4 years now, and this challenge statement that I'll just reviewed is based on 4 years of observing the challenges that the school owners have, which is really how can they deliver high quality physical education at an affordable cost for their business. After all, they are businesses. And you have teachers who are training early years children, obviously in academics and other areas, but sports very often required an outsourced solution. And what we're ultimately telling you, even if it was pre-COVID or post-COVID, these challenges still exist, is can we have great physical education for early years? Can it be affordable? And can you actually generate revenue from it? And the answer is going to be yes. And I've transformed our company from what I would call the old analog method to what is digital now, where we've been able to create completely new value for schools and really truly solve this problem. And that's why I've invested in this, why Graham has partnered with me to deliver this, because he's been delivering education for decades in the UK, and there are similar challenges. So
absolutely, yeah. And the post-COVID problem will be there definitely for in the UK or in India. So yeah, just to reaffirm Yogi's point.
So thank you. Go on, Dayal.
Yeah. So now, like Graham and Yogi were speaking about the challenges that we are facing currently, which is the COVID situation. We all know how COVID has impacted our businesses altogether. No classes are going on. It's hard to do a online session with the students, especially with the 2 to 6 year old segment. Now, not forgetting that physical education is an integral part of any child's development. So it's a challenge for the school as well how to deliver PE classes via online modem to the students. So these are few of the problems that you can see on your screen. Firstly, that you have to deliver an online PE class. Like PE, usually when we think of, we can see that, okay, this is physical education and this has to be done physically in front. We have to be there and deliver. But now, due to the situation, we are subjected to go online and just train via a TV frame or a laptop or a mobile. So the problem of delivering online PE class is currently possible. Second, to deliver these PE classes, we are already doing with some of the schools of Iris as well. We are delivering online PE classes, live classes, and we face the problem of either there is no internet connection with the coach or the person who is hosting the Zoom call or Google call, or there is slow internet, or suddenly there is a disconnection, there is electricity problem. So lot of other things or other challenges comes when we are delivering online classes to the students. Now, another problem that usually comes, like all the schools are not utilizing this facility of delivering online PE classes from a highly qualified teacher. So their teacher who have been delivering sessions in the school, uh, face to face, have already had problems in delivering session online because they did not have any past experience. So how a teacher who has no past experience can suddenly start delivering online PE classes? They do, but they are not, of a high quality. They are not able to engage the kids like they should, or they could not act, or they could not participate the way a online trainer does. So another problem. Fourth problem is lack of individual attention. We all know, no matter if there are 10 students, 20 students, 30 students, 40 students in an online class while delivering PE, there is no individual attention. No matter how much we try, no matter how much we go up to the screen, we cannot look at each and every child. So there is no one-on-one, or there is no individual attention towards the kids, because the trainer will be standing at a place where he cannot see kids properly. So there will be no coordination among them. It's basically a follow along class. The trainer will keep on doing the classes and the children have to follow. Now, another problem that we are facing currently is untrained coaches deliver dull PE lessons. Now, why untrained? Many of you might think, okay, there are coaches who are delivering online classes for very, less price or very high price, whatever. What they do is, these coaches who have come nowadays, they go to YouTube, they pick up a lesson plan of someone who is delivering some lesson plan, and they just try to copy and paste it. So what happens is, basically they are not looking at the age factor, they are not looking at the other factors, that there will be no equipment, probably there will be lack of space, and there is no particularly a proper plan of how to start a lesson and how to finish a lesson. This results in a very dull type of a session, and the children end up not enjoying the session or leaving the session quickly, right? And lastly, the issues of operational, same over here, coordinating with the coaches, again, deciding what will be the time, sending the link to the coach, sending the link to the parents, developing a lesson plan, delivering it to the parents. So a lot of operational factors come in. There should be high speed internet for both the coaches, as well as for the students, as well as for the host, the school. So these are some of the challenges that the schools are currently facing during the COVID period. Now, Yogi, you want to add something?
Yeah, I mean, I think we were delivering live sessions, and what occurred to me, given my experience in PE, and I discussed it with Graham as well, is that a recorded session would do just as well, because we're still not able to anyway give that observation and feedback live.
Yeah.
And what the recorded session did is it enabled, operationally, you don't have to worry about coordination, timing, Zoom, and also you can reuse that recorded session and repeat. So you've got more value for it. So just keep that idea in mind as we go forward and explain the opportunity now. Go ahead, Dayal.
Now, what the previous slides where you have seen all the challenges, these are like long-term challenges as well as the current challenges that we are facing. So what Coach Guru has thought, how do we eliminate these challenges, like for the current period as well as for the future? So now I will show you two videos, 2+2 videos. One video would be of a proper recorded session, and one would be of a activity session. So please have a look at that, and then I'll explain you how the videos work. It will be of 2 minutes.
I think we're not getting the volume. I don't know, it's happening to me or everybody.
Even me, there's no volume.
Yeah, no volume.
Yes.
Dial, are you able to put volume on that video or?
I can hear it properly. The volume is full.
Yeah, we are not getting it. We are not getting it.
I'm on headphones, but probably because of that.
Maybe, yeah, you're in headphones, so that volume doesn't come to us. You have to remove it. Only you can listen the volume. We cannot listen if you're on headphones. Yeah, now we are able to listen.
Yeah, now we are able to.
Lie down and stand up. Lie down, stand up. Lie down and stand up. Very good. Let's run. Run, 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 run. Everybody, yeah? Run with me, everyone. And run fast. Fast. Faster. Stop. Run again. Run, 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 run. Fast.
So this was a short clip of 2 minutes of how the recorded session would look like, right? So anyways, you can see when the coach is speaking, he's far away from the mobile or the laptop in which he's doing the session, and we cannot tell whether it was a live session or a recorded session. We know that it's a recorded session because I told so. But usually this is exactly what happens when we are delivering a live session as well. The coach is not interacting one-on-one with the kids, right? So now I'm going to show you another video. This is the activity video.
One thing I'd like to add, Dial, and I refer to anything I'm saying, I've discussed with Graham as well, that what you just saw our coach there, Siddharth, do is extremely difficult for a coach, where there's no children or students or athletes in front of him, and he has to be engaging on camera. And his focus, though, given that he can't observe the children, he can put his full focus on being engaging and making the lesson engaging for a child and parent who may be completely by themselves at home. So looking at that video, just keep in mind, it's what we've come up with is the best interim solution, is a recorded session of 20 to 25 minutes while the children are still at home. And it's less expensive and less time consuming than doing it live as we were doing it before. Just keep that idea in mind. Dial, continue.
Yeah. Now this is a small 3-minute video of an activity. So please have a look.
Feedback travel, early years and foundation stage game, predominantly focused on initially working on balancing the body and then moving into the coordination limbs to control an object. Equipment required, you just need some basic bean bags or an object similar will sit quite comfortably on a child's head and stay there under movement. And you need a marked out space, it can be indoor or outdoor, and preferably with a non-slippery surface. How to play? Well, the children imagine that the beanbag is sticky and stick it on top of their head, initially in a static position, i.e. standing still, and then they begin to walk with it, start to use counter balance to make sure they keep the object balanced, well balanced on top of their head, and move around a little bit quicker, avoiding bumping into each other, and still maintaining that they're trying the best to keep the beanbag on top of their head. You can start to bring in different types of movement, such as crawling and place the beanbag on the child's back and see if it can keep on there. So that's probably a little bit too difficult in the early years and foundation stages. But the predominant focus is making sure that the beanbag stays on top of the head and the child can move around quicker and quicker while still maintaining the beanbag on top of the head and the balance of their body. Quick look at the video. Children initially start static, beanbag on top of their heads. And then they begin to move around the space, making sure initially quite slowly, but then making sure they don't bump into anybody else, and then they can speed the movement up as they go along. Clear physical development focus on this one, on balancing the body and keeping the core and the centre line nice and straight whilst maintaining the balance of the object on top of the head, which requires an element of coordination as you start to move. So again, an exercise that really works on balance initially and then focuses on coordination as you begin to get dynamic. Wider child development focus, cognitive starts to problem solving, starting to understand how best to keep the object on top of their head. We start to really work out the balance of their body, and then being creative a little bit with the body, starting to move in different ways. Social development, interacting with other children and not bumping into them, and creating those formalised connections. Playground, and emotional, keep trying until you succeed, and this then builds up some kind of resilience. You'll try and try again until you start to get it correct, and then you build resilience in the character, which builds up some elements of confidence in the child. That's feedback travel. Give it a go, and I hope you find it fun.
So this was a small activity plan. This is a small 3-minute video. How are these useful? Basically, these small videos will help the teacher who is going to be trained by us via our courses. They can look at these small videos and create a lot of new lesson plans with progression after the training is done, looking at the small video. Now, these videos we are considering to bring into other languages, local languages like Telugu and Hindi as well. So, and these videos will come with a subtitle below. When Graham is speaking, you can see the subtitles as well. It's currently not there, but this will be out very soon. So these videos are basically gonna help the teachers to create exciting lesson plans, fun-filled lesson plans, and according to the requirements of the age and the class and the progression of the class. Yogi, you want to add anything to this?
I have
Yeah,
a question.
I think.
I have a question.
Sure.
May I?
Sure, ma'am.
Yeah, actually, like the videos which we have seen, it's not for the children. That's what my understanding is. It's only for the teachers.
The
We are not going to show it to the children, as well as we are not going to show it to the parents.
Yeah, so the first video you saw was a direct lesson that's played for the children and the parents. Now, Dial has shown the video for what do we do when the kids come back to school, and what we're getting at is the solution. So the idea is to train, for the franchises, to train their existing teachers to teach PE through our online courses, and they will receive videos like this as part of their subscription so that they can do these activities and do the PE classes every day if they want to. And you'll see the cost is going to be far more beneficial than the model we have now. Graham, is there anything you want to add to her question?
Yeah, there's two quick things. The second video, which has got me talking on it's key to understand that PE and school sport and activities are not being taught correctly in lots and lots of places. In terms of what lots of people are doing is just delivering an activity. And it's great that children join in an activity, but if children want to really get something out of the activity, they have to consider the other aspects. So other than just physically developing, they've got to work on the cognitive aspects and their emotional intelligence and their kind of social connections with each other. Now, this is going to be so important post-COVID that these social connections are reformed. And PE in sport and games is such a great way of achieving those outcomes. So these videos are really sort of like trying to get under the skin of how to teach and deliver high quality PE and coaching, not just deliver an activity. Another thing I wanted to mention was that I always follow what I call the 5 rights rule. Now, both of these solutions fit into the 5 rights rule in this sort of real flux that we've got going on in terms of just staying, you know, within COVID and moving out of COVID, in that it's the right place. So at the moment, the right place is at home, on the internet, you know, led by an instructor. But when they get back to school, it'll be then led by a more professional coach or a teacher. The right time, well, with both of these options, you can access them within your time that you require. The key one for me is the right style, and in terms of, as Yogesh and Dal was saying, that, you know, we need female coaches. So some of these videos will include female coaches that are more appropriate for, particularly for the early years and foundation stages. Then you've got the right level. Now, I see this so much in all of the countries that I've helped develop coaching frameworks for, in terms of coaches going in too high or too low or too simple. But these videos will be pitched and they'll be broken down into early years, and then there'll be other offers for, you know, primary school children and things like that. And then the last right is the one that most people will consider is the right price. Now, I know Yogesh has thought really carefully about the pricing structure and stuff, but for me, that you're getting really high quality delivery and techniques that are, you know, right up there with some of the best in the world, you know, at a real key price range. That'll do for me, Yogesh.
Thank you, Graham.
I have one more question.
Sure, ma'am.
As you already said about the challenges as of now, when Zoom class or hosting, video is lagging or your video is lagging or something, how is it going to useful for the children right now? Because the videos, as you are saying, the teachers will be trained and they are going to become the coaches and the students will get the class every day. I'm understanding that part, that is post-pandemic, like after we get the COVID vaccination and children will come back to school. What about now? The challenges are same now again, because
Yeah.
same situation is going on. How is it going to help us right now?
Yeah, so now what we've done, Sridevi, we've, as you saw the first video of Siddharth doing that session, you can see the style of that is very much that he's speaking to a camera and engaging someone he cannot see. And so we will continue giving these videos twice a week recorded, which the schools can use under the subscription model. Once the kids come back, though, and they're live in school, we would hope the franchises would choose to have their own teachers teaching PE. So what we've come up with is that we'll give these sessions until the kids are back in school. Does that answer your question? Have you understood?
No, that question is same again. The challenges are same. Whatever you said, the connectivity problem and all. Now, when
Yes.
you're giving the video, the teacher is playing the video in the class. So issue is going to be
Yes.
same. When teacher is playing the share screen, always when the share screen is happening, the video will be definitely lagging in the Zoom. That problem is always there. Like how your output will not be my output. I'll be getting it little late.
So,
Always when it comes to technicality.
Yes,
how
ma'am.
it is going to be useful for us.
So, ma'am, we have done a demo session with couple of schools as well with this. So what happens when there are 3 connections going simultaneously, like I am logged into my own internet, you are logged into your own internet, and someone else is watching from their own internet, right? So we are deleting the part where I am logged in and the school has already downloaded the video. The school, obviously, when anyone is like you are organizing this Zoom call, you ensure that you are at a space where the internet connectivity is proper. And so this exactly, our internet connectivity does not matter now. It's your internet connectivity because it's downloaded. You can just simply just share your screen, play it, and it will continuously play without any hitch if your internet is proper. And I'm pretty sure that whenever a school is organizing, any organization that is organizing, my internet is not, creating any problem. It usually happens with the coaches because they live in remote areas. Maybe the internet is not proper over there, because this guy, I personally know him. He lives where I live, and we have a lot of connectivity issues within the Wi-Fi as well. We don't have Airtel or a high brand Wi-Fi. It's local Wi-Fi's, and they get disconnected sometimes. So that's the reason these videos will help the schools currently. All they have to do is download this, play it, and it'll smoothly finish the session according to the plan.
I'll add two things to that, Sridevi. One is you can reuse that recorded session as many times as you like. Two, suppose parents can't make that particular session that's been done online. You can share the link and they can use it on their own moment to make up the class if they want at another day, another time, whatever it is. So I think those advantages are there. Is the connectivity issue completely solved? No, somebody is somewhere going to log in, but at least we've eliminated the live issues from that, and we've added more value.
Yeah.
And the second part is, while your teachers are in this period, while all of us are generally more at home than going to school, is also the ideal time to do this Activator course, which Dal will speak to now.
Does that answer your question, ma'am?
A bit, not exactly. Maybe in the course of period, like when it is going on, maybe the answer will come. Right now, I got a partial answer.
Okay. Okay, ma'am. We'll come to it again. So
yeah.
Now after how the first video, like we said, like it's usually the coach is already recorded the videos. It's a pre-recorded session. It's in progression. Each lesson will have certain progression done in the next couple of lessons. So this is how every lesson that will be delivered over the period of time will have some or the other progression. The second one, which is like the activity, this will be coming handy with this solution, the Activator course. So now what we are recommending the schools is basically after the school reopens, let's say in April or May, the schools will have the pressure to deliver PE classes as soon as the school starts, because the children have been home for a very long time. They'll come out, they want to stretch their legs, they want to have fun in the school. So how do we deliver this as soon as the school reopens? Activator course is the answer. Now what we are recommending is getting one teacher qualified from the school. Each school can get one teacher qualified who can deliver the PE sessions after the school reopens. And what this Activator course will give them is the training of how to deliver a PE session, how to make a PE session, how to make progressions for a PE session, and how to deliver it in a fun and effective way. Right? This will be the contents of the course. Now, what this course will help, it'll make in-house teacher more skilled and trained. This will add addition to the teacher's CV. Okay, I can now teach PE in the school as well. More female teachers. The problem that we spoke of earlier was having a female teacher in the school. Now, mostly in almost in like 99.99% or maybe 100%, female teachers are present in a preschool. From principals to teachers to didis, everyone is a female. Now, any one of the teachers can get trained, and the problem automatically solves. There is no hassle for outsourcing a teacher and then having a problem that, okay, will the male person come or will a female person come? So that automatically solves the problem. Now, what extra it will do, it will add revenue also. Now, earlier, what used to happen during the summer camps or during after school, many of the schools I have seen under Iris have beautiful space, lots and lots of space which they can utilize for after school activities. What the problem was, basically they had to hire a teacher, hire a coach to deliver those lessons or deliver those classes. So that coach will take a lump sum amount, or they will charge on a per student basis. Usually it's around 1500, 1800, 1200. And the school, as a school, you cannot charge more than 2000 or 2500. So there was very less income coming from them. Right? Similarly, in the summer camp has the same situation. 2 months or 6 weeks of summer camps or 4 weeks of summer camp, you need to hire a particular music teacher, or you have to hire a particular PE teacher to deliver sports sessions. This will eliminate the problem. The school teacher itself, who is getting paid during the summer camps as well, can come and deliver high quality PE sessions, saving the cost for the school and generating revenue at the same time, both in the summer camps and the after school. Now, additional savings would come to happen when the school is not hiring a outsourced teacher. The teacher who is present, I'll just state, like, if the teacher is given a little increment, like 1,000 rupees or 1,500 or 2,000 even, the teacher will work harder. She will be, she will feel appreciated, and she will take up this new responsibility as well. Instead of bringing a person from outside and giving him 8,000, 10,000 or 12,000 rupees per month, it's a huge saving.
I just like to add something, Dayal. Just to take a step back, first of all, coach education has always been very traditionally set up for many years. You had to go to a certain location where a tutor like Graham, who's done for many years, will teach future coaches, and they get some kind of license or certification. And that's very expensive because you have to, oftentimes you have to travel somewhere. So you have plane tickets, you have to stay outside your home city, you're often in a hotel. So you have room and board, then you're paying the course fee. And on top of it, very often in sports coaching, especially, there's often a local organizing fee because you need grounds, you need gyms, you need equipment, you need local transport. So the cost of getting qualified as a coach has always been prohibitively high. The second part is a lot of the courses that you can do in organized institutions, I'm telling you, much of it doesn't necessarily apply to the actual job in, for example, early years. So you're learning a lot of material that you may not use when you're in a preschool. And it takes a lot of time. So what online education has enabled us to do is bring down the cost and the time to be qualified to teach physical education. Why do I know that you could do our 4-hour course and start teaching PEs? Because I did it with my employees. We took freshers with no coaching experience. We taught them in-house essentially the same way. And then they taught physical education and grew through their experience. Now, what I'm telling a franchise owner, as a business person, you have a business where you have these teachers coming anyway. And they have a rapport already with the children, with the parents, with the school. They fit into the culture. So for them to learn to teach PE, to me, makes complete business sense also. And I would suggest franchise. I would suggest that each franchise get more than one teacher qualified, because if a teacher misses or a teacher moves on from your school, you will always have 2 or 3 people on your staff and say, no problem, we can still do PE. And trust me, when we get to the cost part, it is going to come down dramatically. And this is, the future is now. I have been in this industry. Graham has been in this industry for decades. This is it. And fortunately, Shri sir, Radhika ma'am always encouraged me. And we're very open-minded to new ideas and new themes. We're at the front end here. And why I'm encouraging you to adopt this is because I know your business is going to benefit. The second part is your coaching, your PE outcomes for your children will improve. So another example, if you're teaching some particular subject that week in the play school, maybe it's colors, maybe it's food, you can incorporate those things into the activities very easily. And now there's a consistent theme. So all the benefits that Graham mentioned make sense.
It's called cross-curricular learning that you're saying there, Yogi, and it's a real key. real key focus moving forward in terms of, you know, using PE and sport to deliver wider outcomes, and hence why our videos that then encapsulate, you know, cognitive, social, and emotional development as well as the pure physical stuff. So an absolutely key point. Just jumping back to one point that Yogesh has just made in terms of, I am a massive advocate of coaches, and I understand that coaches are on a pathway. However, they are not teachers, you know, and teachers have understood and have learnt things like pedagogy, the word pedagogy, which is the art of teaching, and the understanding of things like child development. So for me, empowering teachers with coaching ability is a very powerful thing as well as doing the other way around, empowering coaches with teaching ability. Now that's what we're trying to achieve on both levels with some of these videos. We're looking at the coach, can the coaching start to understand wider teaching development, and can teachers start to understand how to coach sports and activities better to get that kind of all-round holistic child development approach. So for me, that's what makes me passionate. That's what I'm passionate about, and those are the things that I'm really interested in.
And to add on to Yogesh and Graham, the operational issues that the school faces when a session is missed. Usually there is a lot of coordination that has to happen after the sessions are missed. When to cover the session, the coach availability, the coach is sick. And ultimately what happens, we end up not doing the session or not finishing the curriculum. And this will enable the school to, remove that operational issues that the school faces after these kind of things happen. So this is what the Activator course gives the school an opportunity to train their own in-house teacher at a very low cost, which you will see in a couple of minutes, and to get all these benefits as well. Now, apart from that, we have also got something called the planning tools. Now, basically what will happen after the teacher is trained, how they will create a curriculum, how they will deliver it, how they will assess that the curriculum is going in the direction that they want. They want to see how the students are progressing. For that, Coach Guru has created some tools for the teachers to get trained under the Activator course. It's a curriculum planning tool and a assessment tool. Yogi, you want to pitch into this?
Sure. So one of the big things that you'll see in my industry, people will try and say, I've got a curriculum. And what Graham and I are very passionate about is simplifying and making a bigger impact. So curriculum planning is no different than the academic curriculum planning. You have certain outcomes that you want, and we just help you plan and schedule that. And then the activities you do each week will link to it. So for example, let's say it's the month of October. You may have, we want to do multi-directional movement, stopping and starting and keeping your balance. That might be on the curriculum, and we're going to have activities that are linked to that you do that week. And the same way, we'll lay out every single month of the school year, including winter camp, summer camp, with real outcomes. And this tool it's a planner that you can easily make a curriculum out of. And to make it easy, we're adding a recorded webinar which you can listen to, which tells you how to use it. Also, Graham and I are going to do a live Q&A to walk your teachers through how to use the tool. And what we're doing is we're removing the curtain from something that is often kept as if it's some big dark secret, and it's not. And we're just trying to empower your teachers again. And I'm passionate about this because we can make a much bigger impact and improve the physical and emotional and mental lives of our children in a much bigger way than the earlier way I was doing this, as you all know.
Yeah. So this planning tool will help the teachers to create exciting, fun lesson plans by looking at the videos, the annual videos that we have shown later on, the 3-minute video. Those are basically the base of creating good curriculum for the students. Now, apart from this, after all of this, let's just say no, the school decides, no, I want to outsource my PE curriculum. Okay, no problem. Our online solution would be to provide you with coaches who are qualified to deliver this segment of students, the 2 to 6 year old preschool students. Our portal will have qualified coaches coming on. They'll be registering with us. The school can easily go on to the portal after they subscribe to our subscription model. They can easily go online, check for the coaches, even if they want, if after all this they want a coach, okay, we want a coach from outside, they can go there and they can hire them directly instead of going to a third party and giving them, a higher price.
So Dayal, just to continue on that, look, I know some schools will still want an outside coach. It may suit them.
Yeah.
And there'll be coaches who are qualified through our courses who the schools can look to hire on an outsourcing basis. Now, because a lot of these coaches will be independent, they'll be better qualified and better trained. And it should be much less expensive than when you're paying a large company for outsourcing service, because all those overheads get removed. But I still would encourage the schools to really look at the model of training your own teachers, even if you hire an outsourced coach to get someone qualified. Because I believe for a parent, it's all you franchises know as well. For a parent to know that you have qualified PE full-time on staff, that you're giving physical education that much priority, and they're trained and they can deliver PE, I think is really valuable, because you can deliver the PE every day. You can say we're giving qualified physical education every day, which is delivering outcomes.
Exactly.
And I think that's really important. Graham, would you like to add something?
Yeah, I like the comment you made, Yogesh, about stripping down the veil. There is this kind of myth that high quality is the preserve of a coach that you pay exorbitant amounts of money for. It's not, particularly in the early years. It's just an understanding of children, and then having the tools to be able to implement some fun games and to keep the children active and engaged and learning all the time while they're doing. And they used to call it in the UK games for understanding. And it's really not a complicated principle, but these tools are light touch enough for you not to have to get too overly engrossed in them. But at the same time, they're very to the point, and and they hit the mark really quickly. So you can put the knowledge into action really quickly and at a really affordable price.
Yeah.
Dayal, one more thing. If you go back to on your slide in the middle there, we didn't cover the assessment tool. That's of huge value, and we're giving that as a free bonus. It's another thing. How do you assess how the children have progressed? And again, we're removing the curtain. There are people out there who are going to convince you need to measure how fast your kid can run. And how many sit-ups they can do, and how long they can hold the bar and hang. I'm telling you, and it's absolutely meaningless. The assessment tool is going to help you link the lessons that you've done and then assess the children according to that. It's that simple. It's just like if you taught them spelling, you're not going to assess them in mathematics. You're going to say, here, this is the spelling test. We want to know how well they can spell. It's the same thing in physical activity. If you're doing for example, throwing and catching, your assessment is going to say, okay, for 2 weeks we did throwing and catching. How well can they throw and catch? And if it's on the type of more softer assessment of their social interaction and emotional interaction, I think your assessments will be more richer, because you're not only seeing them in physical education class, you're seeing them in the other classes throughout the day in the play school. Yes. So I actually would argue that those teachers are going to do a better job of assessing the child than my coaches even did in the outsourced model.
Yeah, exactly.
Go ahead, Dale.
So So all the problems that we have seen in the past two slides, the interim problem, the current challenges that we are facing, and the usual challenges what the school, the preschool faces, are being solved in this particular section. Uh, the schools will get live video, recorded videos till the school reopens. After the school, during this time, this in-house teacher can get trained, become skilled, and deliver PE sessions after the school reopens without any delay of time, or speaking to 10 vendors, negotiating, having demo classes. Sorry, having demo classes, and then going after 2-3 months and deciding, okay, this is the price. So all these challenges will be solved in this particular section. Now,
can I just jump in 1 second?
Yeah, sure.
There you go. Shradeva, when you asked the question earlier on around, maybe more video, maybe more resources that are direct to the children, I'm picking up that actually that's something maybe that we could do and could do quite quickly in terms of just supporting the now rather than just focusing on when they get back to school. It could be that we can do some pre-recorded sessions that just speak directly to the child, just to keep things ticking over in the interim. If that answers the previous question from about 10 minutes ago.
Yeah. So to continue, now we were speaking about outsourcing. So for the past couple of years, Yogesh and me have been involved in this, and we were doing fairly well. One of the premium institutes that we served was Iris as well. So I'm just going to show you what is the cost and what the comparison of what costs you incur while having a outsourced course versus what cost it'll come if you take up the model that we have just shown. So previously, when we were into the analog model, so the fees of one coach to deliver one PE session in a week was 14,160 inclusive of GST, right? And now if you multiply it by, usually the contract was from 9 to 10 months, and 2 months again we used to do the summer camp. So in total, if you see, the school usually used to pay us around 1,69,000. To round it off, let's just assume that this cost is around 1 lakh, but still a huge sum for the school to pay. After paying such a huge sum, and please mind that our coaches were qualified, they were delivering high quality session, everything was prim and proper, we used to cover the session, do everything. Still there were challenges. The school used to find the cost very high. Many schools from our initial year, when we were not the schools did not pay GST, and after when the GST came in, they had to pay GST. The cost suddenly took a jump. The GST is 18%. So the cost, which was already high, it was on the end line of 12,000 rupees, became more higher after GST. Now then, after those, like I spoke earlier, operational issues. Sometimes the coaches are absent. Sometimes there are holidays. Sometimes there are coordination issues, time issues. Sometimes they don't reach due to traffic. The lesson plans are not conveyed to the school. XYZ, many operational issues used to arise. Then the gender challenge. All of my coaches, we had around 10 to 12 coaches. Out of that, only 2 were female coaches. Only 2. Rest all the coaches were male. And a lot of schools said no one had a problem. We had all the necessary processes in place, getting them police verified and everything. But still, parents used to sometimes come up and say, like, don't you have a female teacher? Don't you have a female teacher for the kids? Because these are small kids. They get scared of male figures. So these kind of gender challenges used to come up. Now,
Dayal, I'd like to just say here, if I can, I think you did a nice job of explaining. Look, this is for a preschool in India. This is a premium, and this is just 1 year. Now, I'm a coach. My heart is with coaches, but I know that high quality coaching can be delivered for less than this if the system and the structure that's followed can strip away all of the inefficiency. And that's why what we're about to show you, you might get startled by how affordable it's going to become. But trust me, Graham and I are using, maybe it's 40 or 50 years of combined experience to tell you this is actually how it should be done, what we're going to show you. And you will see the benefits very quickly. Let's go to the next slide, Dial.
So this is actually the per month cost, and this is the annual expense. This is our subscription model. You'll get annual planning tool, which curriculum planning tool. You'll get recorded session for till the school reopens, 2 main activity videos per week for the school after the school reopens. Again, all the problems that we saw in the previous slides gets resolved. There is no operational hassles. The teachers are in the school. They can be directly contacted. The timetable is already scheduled throughout for the whole year. And basically they can conduct PE classes every day. Whenever you want, whenever the school wants, a PE class can be conducted. No matter if the classes are missed or it's delayed or whatever, they can do the class any day. And after the teacher get qualified with the Activator course, they can create high quality session plans to deliver the lesson plans. Now, this is the cost that we were charging the schools. The original price of delivering a live session was 500 rupees per session. So for example, currently we are delivering in particular some schools, and 500 is the price for other schools that we are doing. We are charging 350 rupees per session for Iris, specifically for Iris. That also amounts to 1400 per month. 1400 rupees per month for 4 classes in a month. Per week, we are doing 1 class. And as a special offer, because of our partnership with Iris for since we started back in 2015, this is the price that we are offering. This is 399 rupees per month, which where you will get 12-month subscription along with the recorded videos till the school reopens, and along with the 2 main activity videos, session plans, everything. This is the total cost. Yogi, you wanted to add something?
I mean, all I can say is we have stripped away all the inefficiency and made this unbelievably affordable so that the franchise can capitalize on it now. So if earlier you're looking at, anywhere from 10 to 12,000 a month plus the GST, now we're saying $399 a month will get you everything you need really to deliver outstanding PE activities.
Exactly.
Even ideas for winter, summer camp, after school, weekends, and you can do PE every day. So I think that I'm excited because we're able to finally give the knowledge we have and the experience we have in a way that's useful and affordable.
And the schools whom I have worked with previously, they will realize what we are offering right now. And to be honest, with my past experience as well, I believe the school teachers can actually get trained and deliver equal or even better sessions.
I'd say better. I would say they can do better because they have experience and they have a cultural fit with their franchise.
Yes. And the students are also accustomed to them. They can they want to listen to them.
And there's no catch here is what I mean, oftentimes people will think that if we priced it more expensive, it's better coaching. Believe me, there is no bigger lie that is sold out there that if you pay more, you're going to get a better teacher and a better coach. It's not true. when it comes to my knowledge of physical education and sport. What matters more is the enthusiasm and the passion to learn the subject and deliver it. And we've simplified it. Even the videos, I know Dial played that video. Dial, I think you should play, just for some feedback, 20 seconds of it in the Hindi and the Telugu version. We have simplified these activities so that only what you really need to do is there.
Yeah, please, Yogi, go ahead.
Yeah, continue, Dial. All I really wanted to add is this is
So to be honest, looking at the price, it's actually too, like, we'll just compare it, the schools who were with us for the past year, they know what we are talking about. And the biggest thing, that is the Activator course, wherein the teachers, they will get certified. The basic reason why we are sitting down here to get the teacher certified, how the teacher will get certified, there's a 4-hour course and is recommended to be spread over 4 days, wherein the teacher spends an hour each day learning about the course. It's They can just learn it anywhere. They can sit at home anytime. It's morning, evening, afternoon, whatever time they wish. They can just spare 1 hour in a day. It's a small, short course that will help them to understand how PE is delivered at the preschool level. That is 2 to
Graham,
6 years.
would you just jump in about the course, since you've designed it and you're the one delivering it?
Yeah, no problem. I've taken the best of the drills and activities that I've seen over the sort of past 20 years that are delivered in the early years and foundation stages over here in the UK. Just basic low-level fun games, but then most people just deliver the activity and don't look at the wider outcomes. So then I've added the wider child development outcomes to these activities, so they can really be coached well and taught well to produce that, that wider child development spectrum, and also some of those things that you talked about, Yogi, in terms of how that then impacts them in their wider learning in the classroom. And over in the UK, we class that as kind of attainment levels, and there is clear evidential proof that a child who performs well in the physical realm will automatically gain more confidence and competence levels within the classroom realm, in the more academic realm and stuff. So as children start to learn more, through experience of play, particularly at the early years and foundation stages. So I've not just thrown these together. These are from 30 years of experience of delivering right across the spectrum of age groups, but really taking the best of it and applying some real serious sort of teaching within those games.
And this is the great part of the online system. You can do the course from your mobile phone. You can do it from your laptop at home on your pace and your time. And you can always refer back to it and look at the lecture again, the activity again. And after one does the Activator course, we have other levels. We have intermediate, we have advanced courses. So the teacher can continue, if they're interested, to continue learning more and more and develop themselves. And some people might say, 4 hours. Honestly, I'm telling you, it is more than enough to deliver the activities that are needed to get good physical education outcomes in early years. This course is excellent. It strips away all the things that you don't need to focus on. It goes right to the heart of the matter. And I think that's what's most important, is we're getting straight to the point. The teacher gets a certification. It's certified by coachguru and Sportsmark UK. Graham is qualified to certify up to very advanced level courses. And that certification has great value. Again, I couldn't be happier that we can do this at a very affordable price. Now, if someone were to travel to the UK, or I were to have Graham to travel here and deliver this course, I can tell you that the course fee would have to be not less than probably 10 to 15,000 rupees. And that doesn't include the travel cost and maybe the opportunity cost. They have to leave their job for that period of time, be granted time off. Some employers will pay them, some won't. Some will pay for the training, some won't. So you can see how this is of enormous value. And I believe the right way to go about it. Now, there's going to be others in the market in the outsourcing field who won't want to qualify your staff because it's in direct conflict with their model. For myself, I got into this because of my passion for making a bigger impact. And I could see in delivering our service for 4 years, I wouldn't make that kind of, or be able to make that kind of impact in the traditional outsourcing model. The world has moved and COVID has brought forward. I've been working on this for more than a year. May of 2019, I started the initial exploration and discussion about this model. And so I know it's the future and it's here now. And I think that I can't say enough about taking advantage of this opportunity.
Another point I would add to Yogi as well, even the coaches who are trained and qualified, they do various BPEd degrees, MPEd degrees. They usually don't tend to work in this segment. Even if they come, they'll come for a couple of months, couple of weeks, and they'll move on quickly to a higher segment. So coaches usually don't want to work in this segment. So this is, and the coaches that get hired as well, they usually find it really difficult to train the kids at this segment because it requires a lot of patience, which actually is possessed by the teachers of the school, not the sports coaches. So it requires a lot of patience and to get to know the students, right? So that's why when we were working previously with schools, and some schools might agree with me, there was a frequent changes in coaches. The coach wanted to move on, or they wanted to have a location which is nearer to their house, XYZ reasons, right? Now let's look at the cost of this. Like Yogi said, something, at least a 15 to 20,000 should be the cost of the course. Now let's look at the cost. So we have actually kept the price at $4,999 per candidate. But again, with respect to our relationship with Irisflorets, we have kept the price at 1,900 one-time fees for the teachers. Every teacher who gets qualified just has to pay 1,999. And they will not just get qualified, they will also get the tools to do the sessions effectively. The curriculum planning tool, which is worth around 11,000, and the assessment tool, which is worth 10,000, will be given with this activated course. So if you look at the savings just for this particular area, the activator course, the amount of discount that we have given is massive. It's massive. It's 24,000 rupees discount on this one particular course. Yogi, you want to add anything?
Again, all I can say is it's affordable. It's part of the idea for us to have a wide impact. We have a special relation with Iris, and I really would like them to be the first to take advantage of the opportunity. And look, I don't want to undervalue the curriculum planning tool, and the assessment is extremely valuable. And I think that we're making this. We want the teachers to be successful. We want them to do well in the Activator course. We want them to understand the activities. We want the curriculum to be as successful. We want their assessments to be successful. Our goal is that they're successful. So we're putting all our knowledge on the table, and we're ready to teach it. I think that for me, it's exciting, because we're not only helping train and empower the staff, we're helping the franchises generate business.
Exactly.
That's in a better way than earlier, and that is it's making me feel very different about our offer in the market today.
Even if we look at the savings, what the school will save from earlier the school used to pay 14,160 per month, which annually was 1,69,920. They save, this is the amount that they save, 1,63,000, 13,595. This is the saving per month and annually over the same thing that we used to give earlier. This is more than 95% of annual savings. 95%. This was the cost that earlier the school was paying, and now what the school will pay. Now let's look at the comparison. If you look at the comparison of our cost of the subscription model and activator course, the total cost would be somewhere around 6,800 rupees. It is less than half of the cost of hiring a coach from outside. If you look at the previous slide, here you can see of hiring a coach is 14,160. Let's just assume even if it's 10,000 rupees or 12,000 rupees, which now will be harder for you guys to get. Still, it'll be less than the cost of hiring a coach for a month. This is the cost of a year, 6,787 total cost of activator plus subscription model. It is still less than the cost of hiring a coach for a month. Yogi?
I mean, I think it's self-explanatory. This is the new digital world, and we're taking advantage of it, and in bringing our knowledge to as many coaches and schools as we can. I really think that this is not to be missed. That's all I can say, because the old way, I know what will happen. If I can, if I can just explain what will happen if you hire an outsourced coach in the old model. First point, that coach needs to make more money the following year. Expenses will rise, etc. Yes. Just like your teachers may be looking for higher salary. That becomes a problem for the outsourcing company. They can say we're not raising the price and everything, but internally you're going to have an unmotivated coach who doesn't get an increase.
Yes.
Second problem is what Al mentioned. Vast majority of coaches don't want to work in the early year segment. They want to move up as soon as they can to higher age groups. For a lot of reasons, it's perceived that they should be paid more. The children are a little bit more mature. They're a little easier to work with. So that problem will always is. The third thing is all those other challenges of outsourcing, coordination, reporting, communication, overhead, cost, all of those, equipment management, etc. All of them still exist. Missed sessions, whatever it may be. You're not getting away from it.
Yes.
So truly, I don't know of any other way. Sharice, sir, used to always tell me, how can you make this more affordable? And it took me a few years to get to the answer. And fortunately, I was able to meet Graham. And we've brought the answer now. This is it. And, we are going to be, I believe we will be in tens of thousands of schools in India, because everybody's going to see that they have to transform themselves and look at the physical education solution in the way we are.
It should be cost effective. The biggest thing is being cost effective.
Exactly.
So now,
why don't you, and also look, I think you should show 10 or 15 seconds of the Hindi and the Telugu version so that the franchise owners get an idea. If they have demand for this, they can give us some feedback on it. If that will help them also.
Sure. 1 second.
Yeah. Just 10 or 15 seconds so we don't take too much of their time.
Guys, can you see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, it's visible.
So I'm going to show 10 seconds of Hindi first and 20 to 30 seconds of Telugu.
बीन बैग ट्रैवल। उम्र के शुरुआती दौर में खेल अधिकतर हाथ पैरों को एकसार व बराबर करने व किसी वस्तु को पकड़ने के लिए अंग अच्छी तरह काम कर सकें, इस पर ज्यादा ध्यान दिया जाता है। आवश्यक वस्तुएं व साधन। आपको आवश्यकता है कुछ बीन बैग या उससे मिलती जुलती वस्तु की जो बच्चों के सिर पर ठहर जाए, चाहे वे घूमे या चले। इसके
I'll just show the Telugu version because Hyderabad.
No, we could see only. We could not see the video. We could only hear it.
You could only hear it?
Yeah, only we could hear it. Maybe it's my case. I don't know about others. I could only hear it. I did not see the video.
Guys, can you see my screen?
No, you can only see the Finder app. You can't see the video.
Yes.
We weren't able to see the video, Dial. We could only hear, but that's okay. It's the same video. It's just translated that we showed earlier.
Just one second. I'll just share again. Can you see my screen now?
No, only your visible.
No.
Can you see my screen now?
Yes.
Yeah, your screen is visible.
Can you see the video?
No.
Still not visible?
No.
Not visible.
We could only see the icons. We are not able to see the video.
Okay. Let me just
It's the same video. It's just a voiceover translation. Maybe you can just play it. They can hear the Telugu version.
Can you see my screen now completely?
Yes.
It's visible. It's okay. Even if video is not visible also, if you are able to hear the audio, we can understand it. We already saw the video in English, no?
Okay. Sure. I'll just make it.
Yeah.
అతుక్కుంటుందనే ఊహలో వారుంటారు. ఇప్పుడు పిల్లలు బీన్ బ్యాగ్ మరియు శరీరాన్ని బ్యాలెన్స్ చేస్తూ నడవడం ప్రారంభిస్తారు. మొదట్లో కాస్త నిదానంగా నడిచినా తరువాత వేగాన్ని పెంచుతారు. ఒక్కొక్కరికి మధ్య నిర్దిష్ట దూరాన్ని పాటిస్తూ గుండ్రంగా తిరుగుతూ ఏమాత్రం గుద్దుకోకుండా నడవడం ప్రారంభిస్తారు. పిల్లలు గుర్తుంచుకోవాల్సిన అతి ముఖ్యమైన విషయం ఏమిటంటే బీన్ బ్యాగ్ తల మీద నుంచి జారిపోకుండా ఆడాలి. మీరు పిల్లలకి నడవమని చెప్పవచ్చు. అంటే మోకాళ్ళ మీద నడుస్తున్నప్పుడు బీన్ బ్యాగ్ ని వారి వీపు మీద పెట్టి వారు దానిని అలా ఎంతసేపు ఉంచగలరో గమనించండి. అయితే ఇది చిన్న పిల్లలకి చాలా కష్టంగా ఉండవచ్చు. ముఖ్యంగా మనం చూడాల్సింది పిల్లలు బీన్ బ్యాగ్ తమ తలపై ఉంచుకుని వేగంగా నడవగలరో లేదో అని. వారు తమ తల మరియు శరీరాన్ని బ్యాలెన్స్ చేస్తూ దాన్ని తమ తలపై నుంచి పడనివ్వకుండా ఉండాలి. వీడియో ఒకసారి చూడండి. మొదట్లో పిల్లలు తమ తలలపై బీన్ బ్యాగ్ పెట్టుకుని
So this was a small demo of what we are planning to do, what we are considering to do. One second, now I'll just share the screen again. Guys, can you see my screen again?
Yeah.
Yes.
So, ma'am, that was a small video clip that we are considering to bring in place with the local languages, because a lot of coaches, a lot of schools have asked that, okay, like, do we have a Telugu speaking coach or a Hindi speaking coach in the Hindi speaking states? So, Yogi, you want to add something?
Yeah, look, we know a lot of teachers and coaches are comfortable in local vernacular. Sometimes they teach in it also. So we thought it's, the English version video will have the subtitling below in English. And we've added professional translations. These are done by top level professionals so that the learner can learn the material. Again, it's our objective that the material is learned.
Yeah. So now we'll I'll just share about something about us, Yogesh and Graham, the people who created this um, company, this organization. Uh, Coach Guru basically wants to eliminate the cost constraints and the time constraints of the analog model. Whatever we have discussed throughout the slide, that are actually the problems, day-to-day problems that the school face, particularly in a preschool segment, what the schools are facing on a day-to-day basis to deliver high quality PE sessions. And that is those elements of those challenges that the school face. That is our aim. Our aim is to eliminate those challenges and provide school with a very refined version of delivering of how to deliver PE in the schools. Online learning platform for coaches and PE trainers. Uh, this is open to all the teachers as well as the coaches outside. But the Activator course is specifically designed for the PE segment of 2 to 6 year old. Provide training and PE curriculum. Again, all those things that we have spoken in the past slides, providing training of how to deliver a high quality session, how to train the teacher to deliver high quality session, how to create lesson plans, how to deliver lesson plans, how to assess the students. Help improving the coaching standard through value-based coach education and not quantity-based. So basically, it's not like we give coaches a lot of reading materials, we show them a lot of videos, and we tell them to come here and get trained. That's quantity-based education. This is value-based. Whatever is required to train, to physically train the 2 to 6 year old students in a preschool, in a constrained environment with the limited space, that will be given. That type of training will be given to the teachers. Curriculum and training developed by the industry professionals. Again, the professionals being Yogesh Maurya. I'll just give a small background about Yogesh. He's a Columbia and Wharton graduate. It's an Ivy League college. He has 20 plus years of extensive corporate experience. And in 2014, I am pretty sure that many of you might know, he started the Fateh Hyderabad, Hyderabad's first professional club back in 2014. And it's been 6 years that he has been serving Hyderabad. Uh, He's also the rank 1 AFC A license holder of the batch of 2019. AFC A license is the highest license that any coach can get in India. It's conducted by AIFF, All India Football Federation. He also has a license a license from English Football Association. He was usually there are steps that a coach goes through to get a license, but because of this license, he directly got. He started from, I think, B license, Yogi, or C license.
Yeah, that's correct. B license.
Yeah. So
and what I just it's high praise. What I want to point out to everyone is I finished first in All India in the A license course, and what I want to tell everyone is my coaching sessions, which I was evaluated on, were the simplest of all the candidates. I was simple, I used simple language, and the athletes enjoyed the practice. So what we've put here meets who I am as a coach, and Graham is, as I've gotten to know him, our philosophy of coaching. So this works. And it's teachable, and I believe that if I can do it, anybody can do it. I started coaching after 20-year corporate career. I transitioned, and I started from a low level and got there in a short period of time. And I'm quite confident that anybody else can do it.
And small bio of Graham. There was a long list, so I just could take out these points. He has 30 plus years of coaching experience at various levels in UK. Currently, he's a lecturer in Metropolitan University. He's also teaching to higher education academies, lead tutor of and assurer of UK coaching, street games, and many more other organization. And he is the head designer for the Coach Guru Activator course and all the intermediate and advanced level courses. So more from Yogi. He knows better. Yogi.
I can't speak highly enough of Graham. I've worked with many and gotten to know many international coaches. Graham is the best in the world in coach education. And I consider us very fortunate. And we're both very excited about the difference we think we can make. We've both been in the analog side of the coach education spectrum and coach delivery spectrum. And this new age of digital online learning and making a wider impact is something that really, it gets us up in the morning, and we're very excited about what we can do.
It's a lovely blank canvas, and I look forward to it.
Thank you, Graham.
Now the floor is open, ma'am. If you have any questions, please share, and we can answer those.
Yeah, are we going to get the proposal like what you had given with the numbers for the teachers as well as for the schools in a mail format so that we can talk to BPs easily?
Yes, of course.
Okay, because whatever you said so far so good that like we could understand it very well. Only thing is that once we see the numbers, like when you're showing it in the presentation, it looks very easy. But when we need to tell the BPs, we need to have the numbers in front of us. So it will be very helpful if you can send it to us.
Sure, ma'am.
Dial has a proposal ready for you already, in fact, so he'll share that.
Yeah.
Any questions regarding the subscription model or the Activator course?
Yes,
Hello.
From my end, I found it understanding. Like as you said that you are going to share the numbers, it will be helpful for us. That is from my end. I don't know about others.
Did you get any questions from any of the viewers?
Like, let's see, from our team, somebody is observing, like anybody is asking the questions, they can put it.
No, we didn't get any questions.
Okay. So if there are any questions, you can shoot a mail. You have my WhatsApp number as well. You can just.
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
Yes,
if any questions are there, I'll communicate with you.
Sure, ma'am. Sure, ma'am. Thank you. With this is the end of the presentation.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I would just end the presentation by saying the future is now, and let's not be left behind. It's basically now we have to see whether we take advantage of this current situation, and we have to see the opportunity that is present before us, we take it or not, because this is going to be the new age education. We all know about this. We're currently doing this, and even after the school reopens, I think many of the training courses will be done via this method in next couple of years. I think this is the new age that we have entered. Yogi?
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you so much for your time. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Graham. Thank you, Yogi. Thank you, ma'am.